Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is a Rababiah coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, The Overturn of Tariffs. I got this young man, he was talking about this situation with Donald Trump. You know, you really don't know what to believe. They say one thing, then they'll say something different. But I thought it was pretty interesting. So I wanted to, get my take on it. First of all, we know that we know that the earth was given unto the wicked. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Job chapter 9. Verse 24. It reads, the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Well, we noted that the wicked is Esau. You know, Psalms 58 verse 3 talks about, when they were born wicked. So we know that, let's get that. Let's go to Psalms 58, verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf otter that stoppeth her ear. So we know that they're not going to listen to anything that you tell them, because they just want to do wickedness. They want to do unrighteous things, because everything is just for greed. This video is talking about, greed. I'm gonna let it play in a minute. As a matter of fact, let's play this right now. Check this out.
Donald Trump is melting down because he's realizing the Supreme Court is about to rule against him on the most consequential economic policy of his administration, tariffs. And he's realizing that he probably spent all of the money generated by the tariffs already, and he doesn't know how he's going to pay it back. Because if the Supreme Court says, Donald Trump, your tariffs are illegal, he's going to have to pay back billions and billions of dollars generated from the tariffs. And he's admitting now that the United States of America has already spent some of that money, and it's going to be a complete and utter mess. Economic numbers are bad. Tariffs are bad. And the Trump administration, well, they're gearing up for a massive loss in front of the United States Supreme Court that could come as soon as this week. And Donald Trump, he's lashing out at everyone. He's lashing out publicly, and now he's even lashing out at his own attorneys who appeared in front of the Supreme Court. Read this with me. The United States Supreme Court was given the wrong numbers. The unwind in the event of a negative decision on tariffs would be including investment made to be made and return of funds in excess of $3 trillion. It would not be possible to ever make up for that kind of drubbing. That would truly become an insurmountable national security event and devastating to the future of our country, possibly non-sustainable. Read this with me. Who gave the Supreme Court wrong numbers? His own Solicitor General, John Sauer, gave the Supreme Court wrong numbers, according to him. Trump is...
I want to say something this is supposed to be the leader of the free world. And they got he's being questioned about, his morality, his honesty. Job chapter 13, verse 4. It says, but ye are all forgers of lies. Salaki, let me read that again. Job chapter 13, verse 4. It says, but ye are forgers of lies, and ye are all physicians of no value. So, scriptures are saying that everything they do is, it's even at the highest level, the most respected person, it's just wickedness. You can't get a truth out of anything that they say. One thing we do know is that the grip of Babylon, aka America, or should I say America, aka Babylon, is that they're losing grip on the world. They're losing grip on everything. So it's just a matter of time, and he noticed a matter of time before they lose their kingdom. So all of this is done, behind closed doors. The stealing here and the stuffing in your pocket there and they're making this disappear. I got another precept. Let me go to, and I'll play the video. Let's go to Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's eventually what's going to happen. You know, you got all of these, the BRICS nations that's looking at these people, and, you know, it's just a matter of time before they lose everything, and they know it. So that's why they're doing all the shuffling and trying to get everything together, because, you know, they're slowly losing their grip on, you know, the earth, you know. So I'm going to wait. Let me finish playing this.
Not happy. And now Trump is saying that excessive $3 trillion that we'd have to pay back, even though the tariffs have only generated about $200 billion worth of revenue for the United States. So not sure where he's getting that $3 trillion number from. But what he's saying here is that essentially the United States of America has spent some of the money, has invested some of the money, and they won't be able to pay back the tariffs. Now, folks, this is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Donald Trump and the Trump administration always knew that it was a possibility that he would be forced to pay back this money generated from the tariffs. That was always part of the agenda. It was always a part of a possible plan. If the Supreme Court said, you know what, Trump, your tariffs are unconstitutional. And well, despite all of that, he is running our country right now as though he's running a casino in Atlantic City, just spending. And then one day our country could face bankruptcy and he won't have any money to pay lenders.
I want to say this right quick. When you read Psalm 73, it talks about this man having more than he could ask for. This is a perfect example of him just trying to keep his grip, to stay in power, trying to get as much as he can, but they want to keep a firm hand on the earth, you know, and whatever they can do to do it, they will. You know, it doesn't matter what it could be. If it means bankrupt the whole country, people lose their house, they can't eat, or it turns everyone's life into turmoil, you know, so be it. You know, he wants what he wants. And when I say he, I'm talking about Esau. Let's go to Psalms 49 and 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses will continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations. They call their land after their own names. So this is the pride of this man, you know. They're in a position, they're putting themselves in a position where they'll have everything, and they can go on, and no one can stop them. You know, that's the mentality it looks like that Donald Trump's in, you know. I got one more script. I want to read Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. It says, rejoice. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that's what he's doing. I mean, they know that their time is running short. So if it means that it'll bankrupt the country, if it means, you know, whatever it means, they got to get, you know, whatever their agenda is, they got to get it done by any means, you know. I'll play a little bit more of this video.
Thing here, he's spending all this money generated by tariffs. And as soon as this week, the Supreme Court could come back and say, you know what, you can't actually spend that money because you can't even have that money in the first place. And Donald Trump should have seen this coming, because if you watched the Supreme Court oral arguments, you would have seen massive resistance from even Trump's own appointed justices.
Wow.
But that's not all. Trump was rebuked by his own party in front of the United States Senate. 5 senators joined all Democrats. 5 Senate Republicans joined all Democrats to rebuke Trump on tariffs on Brazil. 4 Republicans joined all Democrats to rebuke tariffs on Canada. And another 4 joined all Democrats to rebuke Trump's tariffs on. At major news right now, Donald Trump is melting.
I didn't say it before, but I want to say this video is for educational purposes only. It's not a profit that I'm trying to make from this. I'm just trying to educate people. So anyway, that's, I don't know what to say about that. That's, you know, what can we do? Just wait and see what happens. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.